Hey up lads and lasses, Damphyre here, back again with some more Infinite Lagrange. Today, I'm going to have another look at clans. I'm going to go through the clan talents and stuff like that. I know I've done that before, so skip through, but I wanted this to be a more complete guide on how the clans work. So I'm going to just show that off a little bit, and that bit, if you want to skip that and go straight to the warehouses, because I haven't covered that on the channel yet, I will, if I remember, timestamp it, and you'll be able to skip through. So, first off, clans and the clan talents. So, I'll go through these quickly because I have gone through them before. Clan gains 1 logistics seat for the clan Butler 1, and unfortunately that's in a position where it's facing off against the increased base facility resource production of the clan members by 100%. Which is absolutely and utterly absurd. In my opinion, the clans are the strongest of all the organization types, at least early and mid-game and even into the late game, just because of this clan banquet buff. And further on, there's a +1 reinforcement. Doesn't sound like much, but it is an extra carrier. That could be an extra 11 aircraft or something on your reinforce. So it's surprisingly quite useful and makes your fleets a little bit more versatile. Means you can maybe drop some of your series, or maybe you're running Guardians or AC-721s for Corvettes. You can drop those if you're running a Corvette carrier. So in general, just clans are just really, really strong. And it's these buffs that really do make it. This 100% buff here. Between the deep mining tech, is quite useful early game, so you can start with deep mining tech, because this will allow you to get your basic mining platforms out onto the likes of a level 5 and drop those down to a level 4, and should have medium miners out by then, which allows your medium miners to mine, so you can find slightly higher level resource zones to move to first, and then use this deep mining tech until you get to intermediate mining platforms, and then potentially keep it, and that will bring your 6s, the level 6 asteroids, down to a level 4. So again, allowing your medium miners to mine there. So very, very useful. Again, late game when advanced mining platforms come out, large miners are coming out. Not so useful in that situation at that point in time. But be aware, very useful early game, pretty useful mid game when your medium miners are out, and once your large miners start popping up, you're probably going to switch over to the Shared Joy. Shared Joy allows your the mining level of the mining platforms can be shared among clan members, which basically just means that if you place your advanced or your intermediate mining platform on a +4, a 5 or a 6, it will reduce that for you, but it will also reduce that for the members also using your mining platform. So again, quite a nice little buff. Late game, that's a lot more usable and a lot more useful. Again though, both of these sort of drop off very late game when everyone has large miners out anyway. We then have a choice here between Clan Butler 2 and Clan Storage Depot. Now, Clan Butler 2 is the one to pick here if you are going to be using the Clan Warehouse, and we'll get to the Clan Warehouse and its usability a little bit later on. But you do need a logistics officer. At the current moment, I have sort of gone to the devs going, it's a little bit silly that the clan leader and second in command can't make clan warehouses. It has to be a logistics officer, and you can only ever have 2, and one of those is giving up a very important buff. So if you are taking Clan Butler, make sure you've got a very active player in this role, because they will need to move your resources around between your other members. So Clan Butler 2 definitely going to be useful there. We then have the Clan Storage Depot 1. This increases the warehouse level, and I'll talk a bit more when we get to the warehouses about that. Mikasa is Sukasa. The increased mining speed and mining platforms can be shared among clan members. Pretty self-explanatory. The buffs that the mining platforms provide 5%, 10%, and 20% off the top of my head for basic, intermediate, and large, advanced, will be shared. So anyone using your platforms that are in your clan will also get these mining speed buffs, which is very nice indeed. You also have the synchronous mining engineering technology. Distribution collection effects of the advanced mining platform can be shared in the clan. This allows other members to basically use your advanced mining platform and not need to park next to it. They will deliver to the advanced mining platform and get the resources. So pretty nice there. Space Fortress, 20% number of defenders, and then you have the garrison damage control, giving you 45% recovery speed. Yes, that is as insane as it sounds. This does drop cities down to a 35-minute timer. Level 9s, level 10s with a 35-minute timer, you need a pretty serious, hefty amount of players trying to attack it with some damn good fleets to try and get into that timer. So this is very strong. Highly recommend that over the Space Fortress. It's almost like an auto pick, that one, to be honest. Then I have Tender Link, giving your clan member limit plus 10, or the rating lobbying. Again, unless you want to do multiple little clans, I suggest you take Tender Link, because the rating lobbying's not particularly great at the end of the day there. Then have the experimental spatial positioning technology, increases the warp speed by 100% when a clan member's fleet is on a transport mission to a warehouse, and we have the clan warehouse can be expanded and upgraded by 1 level. In my opinion, I think the warp speed here is actually going to be the better option. Mostly because if you are using large amounts of resources and that kind of thing, you will be using slower ships because they have the larger storage. Things like SD-59s are very good storage amount for the sort of CP cost of them. Carriers as well, and obviously your large miners, all of which are very slow warp speed, so increasing their warp speed to be able to deliver to the warehouse by 100% is going to be very, very useful in this situation. We then have the clan warehouse to level 1. I again will talk a bit more about this later on, and I'll show you what it does. We then have Tender Link, clan member limit plus 5, and another one of the rating lobbyings. Again, I'd still recommend going for the Tender Link here over the rating lobbyings. These are very situational, and as a clan, taking first or second spot, or any spot really, is going to be hard work. You will have to be within a community to be able to do that, in my opinion, especially since the game has definitely gone down the route of make a mega alliance of 15 unions and just swamp a server. Clan Hub, max clan warehouse throughput plus 250, and we have the clan warehouse throughput recovery plus 30. I'll talk a bit more about that when we get to the warehouses, although I'm not certain what they do. I know what throughput is, but it doesn't work how you expect it to work. We then have Tender Link 3, and We Are a Clan. We Are a Clan is a fantastic buff, plus 1 reinforcement for everyone. Is just great. You can't really complain about that in any given situation. It's just a nice little buff. It doesn't seem like a lot, but plus 1 reinforcement could be an extra CTG, could be an extra ES, it could be a very big damaging ship into your main fleet, providing plenty of firepower and support, and it could potentially be the difference between 2 identical fleets winning, because now you have plus 1 reinforce over the other guy. So definitely very powerful. We Are Clan. Again, you do need to get your base building up to level 5 to be able to use this though. And again, you need level 1 for the clan banquets. Between there and 5, basically nothing really happens for the players that are any sort of use anyway. So there we go. There's the clan talents. So let's head over and have a look at the clan warehouse. Now, I have come across a bug. As you can see, my fleet is stuck, and it's been stuck there for at least a good 15-20 minutes. My plan here was to try and deposit some resources and show this off and show you how this sort of works. As you can see, it bugged. I have managed delivery previously. Oh, something also to note. if you remove your logistics officer and he was the guy that built the warehouse, it will delete the warehouse. So be aware of that, that the guy that built the warehouse, if he's removed from the logistics officer role, it will delete the warehouse. I believe the resources that are in the warehouse will go to that player. But obviously not ideal. I literally found that out an hour ago or something. So if we go into view, we have, as you can see here, the warehouse capacity down the bottom left. It's a very, very, very large number that you can store of materials here. And you can use your warehouse construction here, and this will allow you to upgrade. And as you can see, we can get an extra 40 million storage capacity on top of the 10 million already there, which is quite a lot. To transport, all players will have access to this function. You can go in here, you play around with how much resources you're sat on. Obviously, you know, this is quite a lot of resources, and it's early game for me at the moment because we just started a new server, so I am unable to transport anything of this sort of magnitude. I think the most I can transport is about 80,000 units at the moment, which is currently the fleet that's bugged, but I'm trying to see if it'll fix itself. Once you hit that, you hit confirm. You can go into your rapid formation and create a fleet, or if you have a fleet set up ready to transport, you can pick it here and it will transport like so, and hopefully not get stuck outside the warehouse. Transfer just lets you transfer. Guard just lets you guard. There is nothing special about those. Once resources are in the warehouse, you can hit resource allocation. And we can see here, we have a couple of clannies just chilling out, and you can see their storage capacity. Now, something to notice is you can't see bases or anything like that here, and that's due to the fact that these are all liaison fleets that are liaising within this city. All these guys are here, which means that if you want to transport your resources or transfer resources to another player, they have to have their fleet liaising first, and this will allow you to allocate resources from the warehouse to their fleet, which they can then retreat back to their base to gain those resources. So be aware, if somebody needs resources and you see a big fleet that's maybe parked up, obviously, you know, tell your logistics officer that you need some resources, and he'll be able to use the resource allocation, stuff like that. But maybe get your fleet over and liaising with the city first. And that's about it, really. I said I'd talk about throughputs and stuff, but the generally only thing that you can see is it says throughput 400 here. And even when I was messing around with this, it didn't change anything. So I'm not sure if it's bugged at the moment or what. So yeah, something to be aware of though, and to check out. So there you go. That is clans, in my opinion, easily the strongest early game, mid game, because the buffs are absolutely ludicrous. I mean, we're on day 4 or something, and my base yields 110,000 metal from my level 10 smelter and 27,000 crystal per hour just from the one upgrade from clans. And obviously you need to build your smelter up, but you also need to build level 1 on the Org Talent Deployment Center. So that's it, and then all of a sudden your crystal plants are producing 2,400 crystal, your smelting is producing over 100,000, even your deuterium is producing 200 when I hit level 4, which is, you know, an absurd amount early game. And this really lets you push straight through the your base tree like absolutely no one's business. I'm on day 4. You can't, it's like impossible to choke out on resources as a clan. I can't even spend it. I have a maxed out fleet. I've lost 2 fleets. I've rebuilt 2 fleets. I've not missed a beat on any single base building, and I'm just blasting through the base zones, like they were never there, which is just absolutely insane. And again, late game, you get that +1 reinforce. I generally think the clans are probably the better way to go, but I will go and set up a guild. Actually, I think Sandwich Club's set up a guild at the moment, so I might just go into them quickly and build the guild stuff and check that one out and let you know a bit more about that. So there you go, that is clans. I hope you've enjoyed this sort of guide and overlook of the clans as a sort of total. And yeah, have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.